Okay, hello, 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 and welcome everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Get my microphone back down here to a more reasonable level. Okay, this is our USA Peace Game quiz. Right. Uh, Welcome to all of you, new and old. If it's your first time here, I welcome you. If you've been here before, you know what to expect, more or less what to expect anyway, and I welcome you too. I have a collection of 10 questions about the United States, the society, culture, things like that. Uh, Anything from states, capitals to superstitions. You can find just about anything. Hello from Takara, our reigning champion. Okay, so we'll have to see if she can maintain her crown. Takara, our treasure, as we all know. Yes, our treasure, Takara. Thank you for coming back again. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so as always, the winner will receive a certificate of recognition. You can see it displayed there. Certificate of recognition, and your name will be placed in the center there. Declares that you have defeated all other challengers in the USA Peace Game quiz. Superior knowledge demonstrated, and the today's date, and my name will be there also as the broadcaster, director, so on. So the certificate of recognition, I will customize that with the winner's name, and I will send that. I will put that into a PDF format file, and I can email that file to the winner, whoever you are. As I said, Takara is our reigning champion. She's won the last 2 quiz games in a row, so she is the one to beat today. All right. Let's see. Yes, okay. Let's see what we've got here. All right. Start out with, let's see. Maybe start out with a little bit easier. Let me make notes here so I can keep track of what I'm doing. Let's do this one. Okay. All right. So, and I've got my score pad here. We've got Takara. Oh, and Steven. Steven's here. Steven, get ready for the smackdown. Oh, Takara. Bedtime for you. Okay, yeah, bedtime for Steven. Takara's a late night girl, we know. She thrives in this late night environment, I guess. Okay, so anyway, we've got, as I said, we've got 10 questions here. I also have a bonus tiebreaker in case that's needed, to break any ties that we have, if we have any at that point. Let me get my scorecard ready here. Okay. All right. So, um, elder abuse. Oh no. Let's be kind to each other out there. I mean, I know this is a very emotional game for many of us, and vested in this, but be uh, play this love in our hearts, right? Okay, let's begin. Those of you that have uh, already, it's just afternoon, just after here in Japan, 12:07 by my clock. So I think it's time to get started before we get too far past Stephen's bedtime, right? Okay. All right. So the first question, question number one. Are we all ready? Okay. So the first question is, which mountain state is home to Yellowstone, the world's first and oldest national park? Okay, so Yellowstone National Park, the world's first and therefore the oldest national park. Which state? It's a mountain state, so that narrows it down a little bit. A state with mountains. Um, okay, you don't know. Let me give you choices. Montana, good guess, but that is not the right answer. No, sorry. Um, Yellowstone. Yellowstone is in either. It's in Wyoming. That's right. Before I could get the choices out, Stephen comes up with the correct answer. Wyoming. Wyoming is the correct answer. That's right. Okay, so Mountain State, home to Yellowstone, the first and oldest national park in the world, uh, is located in the state of Wyoming. Very, very good. So Stephen is off to an early lead with 1 point. Takara is in shock, I bet. You can do it though. It's still anybody's game here, right? No worries. Lots of time left. Okay. All right. Takara's laughing it off, right? No worries. She's still full of confidence, I'm sure. Okay. All right. So the first question, the home to Yellowstone National Park was, as I said, Wyoming. Go on to the second. Related to the first question, okay, related to the first question. What famous American geyser shoots water into the air every 76 minutes? Okay, so the name of the geyser that shoots water into the air every 76 minutes. Of course, this is in Yellowstone National Park. Old Faithful, Stephen, with his second consecutive correct answer, has taken a 2 point lead. Oh, Takara must be asleep because I'm her nightmare. Ah, okay. Stephen is Takara's nightmare. Well, maybe you distracted her with that comment there because you were able to get in your second consecutive correct answer for a total of 2 points so far. 2 out of 2, right? So, yes, the geyser every 76 minutes, Old Faithful shoots a geyser of steaming hot water into the air. And of course, we all know that that's in the National State Park known as Yellowstone, which we now know is in Wyoming, right? Lots of new information here, right? We're just studying, learn lots and lots about America in this quiz. All right, so we've got, sounds like my ex-wife's temper. Oh no. Every 76 minutes she blows up, yeah? Or, okay, anyway. Doesn't sound like the ideal situation. Maybe that's why you've listed her as your ex-wife. But be that as it may, we have a quiz to continue here. Let's go on. Our third question in the series, getting away from national state parks, but now to UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Okay, so there's the context for you. UNESCO World Heritage Site. All right, the question now. What UNESCO World Heritage Site stands at the entrance to New York Harbor? Okay, New York Harbor. What UNESCO World Heritage Site stands at the entrance to New York Harbor? Okay, Statue of Liberty. Takara was beaten out by Stephen. Takara came in with the right answer. Falls. Doe, darling, thank you for coming in. Yes, Statue of Liberty. Statue of Liberty is correct. Comment deleted. Oh no. Sorry, no, don't be sorry. That's fine. Everybody's playing, but the correct answer by Stephen is the Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Liberty. So maybe we've learned that that is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. I don't know that much about UNESCO World Heritage Sites, but the Statue of Liberty is one, and it stands at the entrance to New York Harbor. Okay. Yes, Stephen, you've built up a commanding lead. 3 points. 3 out of the first 3 questions have gone to Steve, so he now has a total of 3 points. Takara was a close second in that answer, but was unable to claim the point. But now we have Doe Darling in here, ready to assert herself in this quiz. All right, so we've got quite the competition going. Let's continue with question number 4. Another UNESCO World Heritage Site. I guess the questions are coming in pairs here at the beginning. Okay. 2 had to do with the Yellowstone National Park, and now we've got 2 about UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Okay, this is question number 4. It is, what UNESCO World Heritage Site was designed by Thomas Jefferson to be his plantation home? Okay, so Thomas Jefferson's plantation home. What was the name of Thomas Jefferson's plantation home? Is maybe an easier way to phrase this question. It is a UNESCO. Monticello. That is right. Monticello. Very good. Stephen, 4 out of 4 correct answers. Monticello was Thomas Jefferson's plantation home. Very famous. It is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site. All right, so the name Monticello looks like Monticello, but I believe it's pronounced Monticello. Just like the musical instrument, right? Cello, right? Isn't that spelled the same? C-E-L-L-O for cello? Anyway, the only plantation I know. Yeah, me too. Yeah, plantation names, they don't really pop to mind. Yeah, I think so. Cello, yes, I think so. Anyway, so Monticello is the correct answer. And that gives Stephen his 4th point. Wow, Stephen is dominating. Stephen is dominating this game so far. 4 points out of the first 4 questions. Other players, Doe, Takara, you have your work cut out for you. All right, we'll shift here to some historical questions. Okay, going back, clear back to the beginning of the United States. Okay. Oh, thank you for the high 5 award. Thank you very much, Doe. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. It doesn't get you any points in the quiz. Sorry, you have to earn those by answering the questions, but I really do very much appreciate the high 5. It really means a lot to me. Thank you very much. Yeah, sorry, no points. Yes. Question number 5, the 5th question. Can anybody beat Stephen to the No points for bribery. That's right. No points for bribery. I was on. I'm sorry. Before we get to question number 5, I was watching Aaron Haber's quiz, and he unashamedly accepts bribes for points in his quiz. I don't do that. I won't say I'm more moral than Aaron Haber is, but I do things differently anyway. We'll say that. Okay. Back to the quiz. Question number 5. Okay. This is a very, very important question. If Stephen gets this one right, he'll be very, very hard to stop, but there's still a chance. So everybody, let's do your best. Question number 5. What is the document that created the present government of the United States? What is the document that created the present government of the United States? I'll give you choices. You probably know, but let me give you choices anyway. The Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence, or the Constitution? Constitution. Constitution. That is right. Takara with her first point today. It's become a game now. It's become a game. We've got Takara with Stephen still has a lead with 4. Oh, Stephen came in with Declaration of Independence, but it was the Constitution, right? The Declaration of Independence, I guess that's what separated us from England. But to say created the government, right? That seems to be the key phrase in that question. Created the government, that was done by the Constitution. As long as I beat Stephen once, I'm happy. That's a win for you. Okay, well, you still have a good chance for the overall win, right? Stephen has a 3-point lead, but we still have 5 questions left. Plenty of time. Okay, so that was question number 5. We're ready for question number 6. Anyone can still win this game. There are 5 questions left, and although Steve has 4 points, he can still be overtaken. So let's see how we do. This one. Let's see how you do on this one. Okay. Thomas Jefferson. Remember him? He's the one who designed Monticello, his plantation. Thomas Jefferson. How was Thomas Jefferson when he wrote the Declaration of Independence? Well, he wrote the Declaration of Independence. He wasn't the sole author. But Thomas Jefferson, his age, was he? Okay. So now you have the question. If you know that answer, you can go ahead and type it in. Probably most people need some choices, so I'll give you the choices now. Was he 33, 43, or 53? 33. That is right. Stephen has assured himself of at least a tie. That is right. Sorry about that clicking. That is right. Thomas Jefferson was only 33 years old when he wrote the majority of the document that became the Declaration of Independence. I didn't live very long back then, so it had to be 33, right? Benjamin Franklin lived into his 60s, was it? There were the rare individuals that lived longer, but that's right. Yeah, life expectancy has greatly increased since that time. But yeah, the Declaration of Independence was mostly written by Thomas Jefferson when he was only 33 years old. But the important point there is Stephen has guaranteed himself at least a tie for the lead after 10 questions, with 5 questions, 5 out of the first 6 questions going to Stephen. And so 5 points for Stephen, 1 point for Takara, and those are the only 2 scorers so far in our game. So Stephen is looking good for his first claim to the crown of the United States Peace Game Quiz. Okay, let's go on to question number 7. Which state? Okay, so you got a choice of 50. All right. Which state in New England narrows it down? Which state in New England is famous for Ben and Jerry's ice cream? Ben and Jerry's ice cream is from which state? Ben and Jerry's ice cream. But Ben was all charged up. Yes, yes, charged up. I'm assuming that's his electricity. Ohio. No, Ohio is not the right answer. New England. We're looking for a New England state. Ohio isn't quite New England, although you may have a Ohio prejudice, Takara. Yes, I understand that. Let me give you the choices. Okay, so New England states, 3 New England states to choose from would be New England. New England is that the northeast part of the country. New Hampshire. New Hampshire is not the right answer, but that was one of the distractors that I had. So is it either Maine or Vermont? Maine or Vermont? That northeast section of the country. Maine? No, it's not Maine. So who can type it in the quickest? Who is the faster type? Vermont. That's right. Stephen, by process of elimination. Yes, Stephen was able to. Yeah, Stephen didn't bother with the capitalization, so maybe that was his advantage there. Yeah, Takata actually capitalized Vermont, right? So maybe I should recognize that. I recognize it, but the point still goes to Stephen. I don't count off for capitalization or even spelling. As long as I can understand the intention, I give you the point. Anyway, the important point here is that Stephen has gotten his 6th point. Stephen has gotten his 6th point. New England, the New England state that is famous for Ben and Jerry's is Vermont. That's right, Vermont. Okay. All right. Well, Stephen has basically guaranteed himself the crown here, but I still have 3 more questions prepared. Let's see how close of a quiz, how close of a contest this becomes. Okay, so I'll go ahead and read the next 3 questions, and we'll see who can answer these questions. We'll see what the final score is. How large of a margin? By what margin will Stephen be able to win today? Okay, so back to Vermont. What city is the capital of Vermont and has the distinction of being the only U.S. state capital without a McDonald's? The only U.S. state, Montpelier. That's right, Montpelier. Montpelier. I'm not. Yeah. Oh, you got the spelling. You even corrected your spelling before Stephen got the answer in there. So Takata, you're fast. I ought to give you bonus points for getting the spelling right. You really worked hard there. Just had to throw it in there. Yes, but you got your 2nd point. Montpelier is the correct answer. I had a couple of distractors. Burlington and Newport were other cities in Vermont, but Montpelier was the correct answer. So Takata with 2 points now. Stephen still has 6, so Stephen has his unsurmountable lead, but Takata is making it a better contest today, right, with her 2nd point. Okay, let's go on to question number 9. What Frank Lloyd Wright designed building was named Building of the Century by the American Institute of Architects in the year 2000? Okay, so I think we've really upped the difficulty level here. I happen to be a kind of a Frank Lloyd Wright fan. In fact, I played with the idea of becoming an architect. Yeah, Frank Lloyd Wright, as you know, is probably the most famous architect probably in the world, the most famous architect of America. Chrysler Building. No, it's not the Chrysler Building. Okay, again, this is so difficult. Let me give you the 3 choices. Okay, so Frank Lloyd Wright designed building named Building of the Century. Okay, was it the Guggenheim Museum, Falling Water, or the Homestead? Okay, the Guggenheim Museum, Falling Water, or the Homestead? Okay, so Homestead. Homestead, no, it wasn't the Homestead. It was not the Homestead. That was I'm pretty sure that is a building designed by Frank Lloyd Wright, but it was not the one that was chosen building of the century. So was it the Guggenheim Museum or Falling Water? I should give someone bonus points if they can spell Guggenheim Museum correctly. So Guggenheim Museum, the Guggenheim Museum, or Falling Water. Falling Water is correct. That is right. Takara got that correct. Falling Water. Yeah, I can't remember where it is, but it's an amazing home. It was Guggenheim. Guggenheim, you're late, you're wrong, and you spelled it wrong. I should take a point off, right? What do you think, Takara? Should I take a point? No. I can't do that. Guggenheim Museum is Guggenheim. Guggenheim. Yeah, I've actually been in the Guggenheim Museum. It's in New York City. It's a wonderful museum. Lots of great art, of course, in that museum. I thoroughly enjoyed my time in the museum. But Falling Water is, I believe, it has a waterfall that kind of like goes through the building. It's built within nature, cantilevered floors and so on. That it's quite an architectural gem. The architectural gem in the crown of Frank Lloyd Wright. Look it up on the internet and take a look at Falling Water. It's quite amazing. I've always been impressed by Frank Lloyd Wright. And so our last, you're wrong and you spelled it wrong. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Water River goes under the building, I think. Yeah, under the building, or it might even go through the building somehow. It's just an amazing building. Take a look. I'm sure there are literally thousands of photographs you can find if you search for Falling Water on the internet. Okay, our last question. Again, it's a little bit of a academic at this point because Stephen has already assured himself the title today, but we can make it a tighter contest anyway with this last question, question number 10. In what state did Frank Lloyd Wright, my man, Frank Lloyd Wright, spend most of his life? Okay, so in what state did Frank Lloyd Wright spend most of his life? And this is, again, I think it's a difficult question. Frank Lloyd Wright, I mean, even fans of Frank Lloyd Wright, like I am, wouldn't necessarily know this because I don't think the majority of his buildings are in this state, but he's lived most of his life in this state. Okay, yes, yes, I think you need to hear the choices. 50 states is a little bit too many choices, right? So which state did Frank Lloyd Wright spend most of his life? California, Illinois, or Texas? California, Illinois, or Texas? California, Illinois, or Texas? Denial? Texas. Texas is a good guess, but that's not the correct answer. It's either California or Illinois. California or Illinois. No, Takara, late and also wrong, but you spelled it right. Even the capitalization, so that beats Stephen on the capitalization point there. But so California or Illinois, where did Frank Lloyd Wright spend most of his life? California. California, no. It's not California. So who can type it in? Illinois. There you go, Takara. So the final score today was Stephen, the winner, with 6. He got those 6 early, and it's a good thing because Takara made quite a comeback here late in the game. Maybe Stephen was lulled into a sense of achievement by his early lead there. So, but Stephen won with 6 points. Takara made it a close game with 4 points. I prepared a. Okay, it was a fun loss. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Let me give you the bonus question that I asked, and there are three answers to this, and I'm going to require that you put in your answers each on a separate line, right? Um, so each answer is one word, so only one word per entry, okay? And so, yeah, let's do it that way. One word per entry. No, I've already, yeah, Steven has already won. He won with the 10 questions. I was going to give Takata a chance for a comeback, but no, I've already declared the winner. So this will be a bonus quiz. Who can get who can get the most points in this quiz? Okay, so in order to get the points, though, you have to give the exact word. Yeah, he won fair and square. I appreciate it. Yeah, okay. You have to give the exact word, not a related word. Let me say it that way. So, for example, you can't give a person or the title of a person because this is not asking for a person. Okay, so you can't give, for example, the name or the title of a person that this fits, but you have to give the actual designation of this. That you have to give the actual word that's a designation. So there are three possible answers. There are three answers to this. Who can give the most answers? Okay, so bonus question. What are the three branches of the United States government? What are the three branches of government? Okay. So again, I'm not looking for the title of a person or something. Legislative, that's one. Executive, that's two. Takara came up with legislative and executive. And judiciary. Judiciary is right. Or actually, the judiciary branch, the judicial branch, I think, is the official adjective that works with that. But judiciary would definitely be acceptable. So Takata came up with all three answers, but Stephen gave the third answer, judiciary, before Takata came in there. So that if I were giving points, Takata would get 2 and Stephen a 1 for that. If we were still going on, it still would be Steven winning, even with the 2 points, the 2 extra points for Takata, but 1 for Steven. So if I gave the bonus points, it would still be Steven now with 7 points and Takata with 6. But wow, what a tight game that was. If Takata had been able to type in judiciary a little bit faster, it would have been a tie game, and then I would have really been in trouble. Okay. Anyway, all right. So that's right. The judiciary, the executive, and the legislative, right? I gave the caution about not the person's title and so on because I didn't want to hear president and Supreme Court and things like that. I was really looking for, yes, the adjectives, the legislative, executive, and judiciary for the proper names for those branches of government. Yeah, how is it possible for the Canuck to win the U.S. Peace Quiz? Yeah, well, that just shows you. I mean, yeah, Americans, we don't know much about our own country, do we? I mean, the only reason I know the answers is because they're on the paper in front of me here, you know. Well, maybe not all the questions, but the majority of them, yeah. I'd have to look them up. Yeah, Americans were, what can I say? Our educational system lacks something, maybe to put it politely. Okay, well, anyway, let's see. Let me find. That's not what I was looking for. Oh no. Let's see. So if you come to my, or if you, whoops, that's not the right. link that I was looking for there. Wait, why does that? Oh, there it is. Because I was looking at the wrong screen. I have two screens and that didn't work. Okay, so what I'm going to do very quickly. So I'm going to, you can find it in my profile, but I'll give you a quick link here to my form so that you can give me your, come on. You can give me your contact information and then I can send your customized certificate of recognition to you, Stephen. Please wait the link preview to load. Why is the link preview so slow? Okay, there we go. All right, so there's the forms, the form that you can use. Oh, thank you, Takara. Good job today. Again, with a couple more questions. Maybe I should make my quizzes longer. A couple more questions, and you might have been able to pull it out there at the end. Steve just took a commanding lead early in the quiz that made it impossible for anyone to overcome him. Yeah, it was. It was really a great game. Yes, it was. I hope everyone enjoyed it, even the people that weren't able to put points on the board. I hope that it was both fun and perhaps a little educational, learning something about America, learned about Thomas Jefferson's home, Monticello. We learned about how old Thomas Jefferson was when he wrote the Declaration of Independence. We were reminded that it was the Constitution that actually was the document that created the present government, right? You might say that the country was created by the Declaration of Independence, but the government was created by the Constitution. Does that make sense? Anyway, clearly the government was created by the Constitution. That's what laid out exactly how things work and so on. So yeah, fun and education, I hope. Okay. I will be. No, hopefully get my telescope out. Okay. Okay, that's a message for you, Takara, there. So I'll allow you to read that. As I was going to say, I plan to do another quiz later on this week. Tomorrow is the Layman's Philosophy broadcast. I do that broadcast with my friend Jeff Morrow. He is a professor at another university here in Japan, in the same city in Kumamoto, Japan, with me, and so we'll be doing this Layman's Philosophy broadcast tomorrow, a little earlier than this broadcast was, about an hour earlier or hour and a half earlier. We'll start at 11 o'clock in the morning, our time. To give you a reference, it's now 12:40 in the early afternoon, my time here. So it'll be about an hour and 40 minutes earlier than this tomorrow will be the Layman's Philosophy broadcast. And then my plan is for Thursday morning to have another quiz. I'm thinking about perhaps doing two quizzes back to back, do the U.S.A. quiz and follow it up with the Japan quiz, so that perhaps our Canuck friends don't know as much about Japan, and maybe the Americans can sneak in a win there. But as I recall, our Indonesian friend Tiara was the strong player in the previous Japan quiz. Oh, and Let It Be, that's right, Let It Be won the next quiz. So yeah, Don't know much about Japan. Well, that's the thing. Remember, my quizzes are not only designed to be fun, I hope a little bit, but also educational. So you learn something. So tune in tomorrow. Tune in again. That's an antiquated term, right? We don't actually tune in anymore. We just click on the link. Let's see. Are you kidding? One of my coworkers' parents immigrated here from Japan. Cool. Yeah. Immigrated from Japan. Excellent. So, well, it was kind of an no. Oh, that's Canada, right? Okay. So, I was going to say it was almost a kind of an exchange program because I immigrated from America to Japan, right? Well, so I guess it's a North American continent, Japan type of exchange there, maybe. Yeah. I know nothing about Japan. Oh, you know nothing about. Well, you'll learn something if you tune in. If you have time to join the broadcast tomorrow. Again, I keep saying tune in. It's like the people from Periscope that keep talking about scoping this and my scope and that. I was not, never have, and will never now, I guess, be able to be a part of the scope universe. So whenever I hear people talking about scopes and so on, I find it a little bit amusing. I know that there are a large number of the Hapsters here, the people broadcasting on Haps that have come over from Periscope, and that's great. It's wonderful. It almost seems a little bit like a kind of a, a club that they've got going on there. They all recognize each other from Periscope, which of course, as I said, I don't. And so there are those connections that they've already developed and made on Periscope, and now they're bringing that to Haps, which is great. It's going to make Haps a better and stronger platform. But again, I kind of feel a little bit out of the loop sometimes when I listen to them. Anyway, I think that's about all that I have for you for right now, for today. Again, so the layman philosophy tomorrow, probably the next day, which will be Thursday morning my time, I guess Wednesday evening your time. I plan to do another quiz, maybe two, as I said, the American quiz followed by the Japan quiz. Also, if you follow me, if you subscribe to my channel, it is the cherry blossom season coming up. The cherry blossoms, the buds on the trees are swollen and they're ready to burst forth with the blossoms. They're not quite there yet. Most of the trees. There is the stray tree here and there that has started to blossom, but at the most about 20%, maybe 30% of the blossoms are open. It really looks beautiful once it reaches about 70 or 80% of the blossoms that are open on the trees. And like I said, most of the trees are still with the swollen buds, but they haven't blossomed yet. So that's something to look forward to. I plan to do as much broadcasting as possible during that time to give everyone as much of a chance as possible to view the cherry blossoms. They're really quite beautiful. And I'll talk more. I usually do talk more about the type of activities that you find in Japan at the cherry blossom season, the ohanami, the cherry blossom viewing activities and so on. So please look forward to that. If you're subscribed, you'll find that quickly. All right. So thanks again for joining me. So Stephen, if you use that, if you've filled out that form with your email address, I'll email you your certificate and get that certificate of recognition to you as soon as possible. Okay, so thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.